Welcome to Pegasus Park. I'm really excited to talk with you today about a question that maybe you as investors actually wrestle with, and that's where are early stage investments most likely to succeed. So you're sitting in Pegasus Park. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it, but I'm also going to talk generally about innovation hubs and place-based innovation. So my goal today is to show you why innovation hubs like Pegasus Park and particularly consistently deliver stronger returns and why this matters, especially for digital health, which is a very capitally intensive and complex investment area. So let me see if that goes. All right. Yep, that's where we need to be. Sorry about that. So it's hard to read down here at the bottom, but I really love this quote by Meg Wheatley, and she talks about innovation is being fostered by information gathered from new connections, from insights gained by journeys into other disciplines or places, and from active collegial networks and fluid open boundaries. I'm also reminded, actually, I was watching Oppenheimer the other night, and it kind of reminded me of another quote that he said, which is, the best way to actually send information is to wrap it up in a person. So what I'd like to do is kind of combine those two thoughts and say that the best way to understand the Innovation Hub force multiplier is to wrap it up both in people and in places. A founder's skills and team's creativity and an investor's capital are all critical, but where those elements come together helps determine whether a company will survive the valley of death, scale quickly, or stall out. And so that's the investor question we're really thinking about today is why does place matter so much? At Pegasus Park, we're investing in people, networks, and community that de-risk innovation and accelerate growth. This really is kind of an introduction to the tower here at Pegasus Park, which is what you're standing in, but generally speaking, inside an innovation hub, university spinoffs and startups generally have a higher chance of success than those established outside of a hub. The proximity to a rich ecosystem of resource, talent, and networking opportunities in an innovation hub provides critical advantages that reduce risk and accelerate growth. Pegasus is home to 6 different universities and is designed to facilitate cross-university collaboration. Shared lab infrastructure, accelerators, and commercialization support for students, faculty, and university spinouts are all part of the Pegasus Park's Biotech Plus hub that has already catalyzed rapid growth. This thriving community of stakeholders means that investors have access to deal flow, access to high-quality companies, and other investors engaged with communities on campus. And you've already heard from Hubert with Heltec Wirecutters, who is here at the tower as well. So this campus, there's other hubs as well, so Lyda Hill in particular was very passionate about 2 things, growing life science in North Texas and also social impact. And so this tower, one of its hub components is what's called the water cooler, but that's not the subject of today's conversation, but it's a very fascinating concept, and I'd love to talk to you more about it. So the campus is centrally located within the North Texas innovation ecosystem, which contains all the ingredients needed to scale into a globally recognized life science hub, intellectual capital, talent, and investment. And you can see from this slide that there are a number of organizations all around North Texas that add to this ecosystem and the force multiplier effect. The region's home to over actually 70 higher education institutions and has a 72% graduation retention rate of people into the area. North Texas ranks number 1 in the nation for new high-tech jobs and top 5 for roles in biotech, life science, and engineering. Businesses benefit from significant cost advantages with real estate costs between 30 and 50% lower than coastal markets and overall operating cost of about 5% below the national average. So local and state incentives help keep expansion and relocation affordable. Geographically speaking, the accessibility further strengthens North Texas' position. You can see up here, maybe it's kind of difficult to see, but there's two major airports, including DFW, which is the third busiest airport in the world. It has nonstop service, I think, to 60 or more international destinations with pretty much every major city in the United States. So these combined advantages draw established leaders and innovators to the region at a record pace, with major corporations like McKesson, Verily, Blue Cross, AT&T, Alcon choosing North Texas as their base for growth. So from an investor's perspective, Pegasus Park has been intentionally built to de-risk investments by fostering the community that provides talent on demand. High concentration of investment capital, infrastructure that lowers burn rates, and high-value networking and recognized credibility from the institutions and organizations that I just showed you. Pegasus Park is North Texas' really proof of point when it comes to innovation and innovation hubs. We've built a 26-acre innovation campus designed to bring all these ingredients together. It's the largest impact investment of its kind in the region. Funded through private and philanthropic capital. It's actually a for-profit private development, and it's not just lab spaces and offices. It's a campus intentionally designed for the daily convergence of entrepreneurs and researchers, corporates, and investors like you. So every day on this campus, we see those serendipitous collisions that lead to partnerships pilot projects, and other investments. So I've shown you a little bit about the tower. Let's jump to biolabs. Biolabs at Pegasus Park was the first co-working wet lab space in North Texas. When it opened, people wondered if it was actually, if the region had enough demand, and the answer was really clear. Biolabs actually filled up 4 years ahead of schedule. Today, it houses more than 20 early-stage companies and gives them access to about $5 million worth of shared equipment, conference rooms, and mentorship programming. So for investors, that means that companies are launching with world-class resources at a fraction of the cost it would take to replicate independently. And the fact that biolabs fill so fast tells you something really important, that the pipeline of science-based innovation in this region is real, and it's very hungry for capital. So Pegasus Park really isn't just about launching companies. Okay, I'm sorry, I hit the button twice and got a little bit of delay. It's also about growing and scaling them. So this is Bridge Labs. Bridge Labs is 135,000 square feet of space, institutionally quality R&D space, which was the first of its kind outside of a university in the region. And it gives growing companies the ability to move from an incubator bench to a dedicated lab without leaving the ecosystem. So this is really a seamless pathway. The concept at Biolabs to scale to Bridge Labs means investors don't lose momentum. The same startup that you met at a seed stage can graduate and stay here, raise a Series A and go next door without losing months to relocation or build-outs or tenant attrition. So across Pegasus Park, since we opened 2021, companies have raised $1.5 billion in venture capital, and total valuation has reached more than $13 billion just recently. So investors on campus, investors that have invested on campus include Pfizer, Sanofi, ACS BrightEdge, RA Capital, Longitude Capital, and others. So we have room to keep going. We've currently got about 1 million square feet of the built environment here at Pegasus Park, and we've got capacity to do a little bit over 1 million more. Like I said, this is a for-profit, privately held innovation hub, which means it's independent, can be neutral to the institution. That's why we have 6 different universities that are here. We also can take on investment and have the local ecosystem benefit from the success that we're having at Pegasus Park. And we believe that the excellence and the success of our community is what ultimately will inform the built environment that we have here. Pegasus Park, just as kind of a summary, much larger, part of the much larger ecosystem. North Texas is already home to a lot of life science companies. The region invests over it's $550 million annual in research across the R1 research universities that are here locally. It actually has the third largest or highest concentration of family offices in the country. And like I said, more than 70 higher ed institutions are local to North Texas, producing a steady flow of talent. So this is also a place of scientific excellence. There are 6 Nobel laureates, the multiple R1 research universities, and nationally ranked programs in data science, biotech, and healthcare. For investors, this means that the ecosystem has depth. You're not just investing in an isolated company, you're actually tapping into a healthcare cluster with staying power. So I think the proof really is in the people that are here. You heard earlier from Steve Miff. They're upstairs here in the tower. We've got SMU launched its Institute for Computational Biosciences at Pegasus Park. ARPA-H is part of a $2.5 billion health initiative funded by the federal government. Pegasus Park was selected as one of the sites for ARPA-H, and this is the customer experience hub for ARPA-H, so you have non-dilutable capital infusing into investments across the country. So also, you've got Health Wildcatters. A shout out to Hubert in the audience. Really appreciate his presence and everything that he's done here. By the way, award-winning group just recently announced a couple of outstanding awards that he can tell you all about. What we're really excited about is what people say. SMU called this campus an opportunity to pursue world-changing research for good. ARPA-H called Dallas a national leader for healthcare and innovation. And startup CEOs describe Pegasus Park as the ideal place to move from concept to preclinical in record time. So these aren't making lines, these are signals, in my opinion, signals to investors that this ecosystem is working. So let's try to take this back to ROI real quickly. Startups here are more likely to survive. They're more likely to scale and more likely to exit. In fact, in the past 5 years, North Texas has had more than 50 life science exits successfully. So when you invest in companies based in Pegasus Park and in North Texas, you're not just backing a founder and an idea, you're backing an environment that reduces risk and amplifies the probability of a stronger return. So that means short time to market, faster growth trajectories, and better outcomes. So, what does this all add up to? I believe that Pegasus Park is the premier convening space for the life science hub in North Texas. It's a place where early stage ventures have the highest odds of success and where your capital can have the greatest impact. So my invitation to you is simple. Invest where innovation lives. Invest where the risk is lower, where companies scale faster, and where returns are stronger. So I really thank you for your attention. I realize I'm the last thing between you and lunch, and I wanted to accelerate this conversation. So I look forward to continuing it with you outside. Thank you.